What's up, guys? It's Dadbot here. Welcome back to my Kano walkthrough. We are going to get all of the things in this walkthrough, all of the loot, all of the rot, pretty much everything you can do in this game to lead you to your platinum trophy, if that be what you so desire. So, we're going to carry on with our journey here. So we learned in the last episode we need to climb up this mountain to talk to our friend Rusu, who's going to help us on our journey to understand what is to come next. And in our journey to help and find Taro. So first things first, we're going to turn over here to the right of this that log that was fallen on the ground, and we're going to take on these enemies here. So once I get a rot action, I'm actually going to bind this guy because it'll help me basically just get a bunch of free hits in. And I'll almost be able to take his health all the way out. Let's see here. All right, got him. So yeah, that wasn't too bad. So I suggest before taking, maybe get a couple hits on him at first just because he has so much HP, but then focus on the smaller guys to build up your rot action meter, and then bind the bigger guy and then go after him. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow this path. There is actually a hat cart up here. And one thing with the hat carts is when you find them for the first time and interact with them, you're going to get a hat. So you see, we just got the fox hat. So I'm going to buy all of the hats that I don't already have. Actually, he doesn't have the fox hat for sale yet. You have to quit out and then go back to him to get the fox hat. So as I said, the only use for your currency in this game is to buy these hats, which are purely cosmetic. So I got 5 rot, it looks like, that don't have hats. So I'm actually going to buy a few duplicates so that all of our rot have the appropriate swag. Open this up. So what we're going to do now is head back to where we just were. And we follow this around here. Instead of climbing up, we follow this around here. There's a little waterfall back here. You can use our rot to pick up the rock and do a pulse, and we can collect this rot here. So we got ourselves another rot. I think we're one shy of getting a level up, which that level up is going to help us enormously. So what we're going to do now is climb up this here tree to get up to Rusu Mountain. One thing I'm going to check is we've done quite a bit of fighting, so I want to check our upgrades. One thing I want to pick up for sure is the rot hammer. The rot hammer is something that I use all the time, so I want to pick that up. Let's see. This one requires rot level 2, upgraded shield health. And this requires rot level 2. I'm actually going to I'm not going to spend anything else yet because I definitely want this this ability, which basically what it does is as soon as you start an encounter, you start with a full rot usage. You start with one full rot usage. So instead of having to charge up your meter whenever you get into an encounter, you walk right in with one usage available to you right off the bat. And that I cannot emphasize enough how helpful that is. So this is actually going to be the next one that I get, which requires rot level 2, which we're about to get because we only need one more rot for rot level 2. So as I said, we're going to head up here actually before we head up here, something on the ground that I want to take care of. Over here, we have a little bush that has the fruit on it. So you want to use a pulse to make the fruit grow. And then you can press square to have your rot feast. And then you see we just got ourselves some experience points. So now we're going to head up the log. Jump on over here. And off here to the left, we have ourselves another one of these little fruit bushes. So again, pulse. Have the rot feast. All right, so now we're going to go back and we're going to follow the main path along here. You see there's stuff up here in the trees. We actually can't do anything about that yet, and we'll be able to remedy that pretty quickly here, but as for right now, we can't do anything about the stuff up in the trees. All right, so our friends are here.
Rusu's house is so far away.
You can see his lookout at the top of the cliff.
So there it is. You see it at the very, very top. That's where we're headed. Before we do that, we're going to swim across this lake here. And as I said in an earlier episode, the swimming in this game is very slow. And unfortunately, there's no button you can press to swim any faster. This is kind of your one speed for swimming. You just gotta deal with it, unfortunately. So, over here, make a jump over here, and you see the purple butterflies. You know what that means by now. We're going to get our next rot, and this is going to get us to rot level 2, guys. So now when we enter combat, we're going to have, you see we have 2 circles there at the bottom. So when we're fighting in encounters, we can have up to 2 rot actions available to us instead of just 1. So now one thing I want to check are upgrades. Oh, you need 300 to unlock this one. So we're definitely going to be saving up for it because, as I said, this gives you a fully charged rot action as soon as you enter each encounter, which helps enormously. Because as you know, right now, anytime we enter an encounter, our rot meter is completely empty, and we have to charge it up before we can use our rot. So entering combat with a rot ability at your disposal immediately is such a huge help in this game. So that is going to be the next thing we need. We need 300 experience to be able to do that. So that's what we're after next, for sure. The stuff over there we can't get to yet, so we're not going to worry about that yet. So we're going to follow the main path here. You see a little monkey climbing around. Ooh, creepy. There's a bunch of them around here. But up here, we have an encounter. So you're going to see now that we have 2 rot actions. And as I said before, you know, we enter with a completely empty meter. So we are going to be charging that up. And once we get that ability, we're going to start combat with a meter that we can use right with a rot usage that we can use right away. And that's going to help us enormously. There's a shield guy. If you haven't gotten the trophy already, as I said, you can bind him. And if you attack him from behind without breaking his shield, there's a trophy for that. The normal way to kill him is just to use a heavy attack or a charge attack to break his shield when you get to an encounter. So we're gonna take care of this heart here, and I'm gonna use a rot hammer on this guy. So the rot hammer is an ability that we unlocked, I believe, in the previous episode. It is a massively powerful attack, and the way that you use the rot hammer, you have to have a rot usage charge. Which, as I said, it's how useful it is to have more than one at your disposal. And that actually can be used at range, too. It can be used up close. I believe it does a little bit more damage up close than it does from far away. But you can use it from far away nonetheless. And the way that I used it, again, you have to unlock it. That move that I was just doing there before was the rot hammer. I say that I use it all the time in combat. I can't tell you how much I use this in combat. And the way that you do it is you hold R2 and you press square. So I'm going to be using the rot hammer a lot. It is a pretty significant part of my combat strategy in many encounters. So now that we're done with that encounter, we can take care of this dead zone heart. And clear the area out. So before we move forward, there's a couple of things we need to take care of here. Look under this rock for a rot. All right. So 35 is our next rot level. So once we get to rot level 3, we're going to have 3 rot action available to us per encounter. So what we're going to do next is we're going to use our rot to move this owl statue right here. You see this little pedestal that's glowing? That's where you want to move it to. The pathfinding for the rot could be a little bit dodgy at times, so sometimes it's better to give them a waypoint kind of in the middle from where they're at and to where they're going, just to kind of help nudge them along the way. So move this back here. You see we got some experience for doing that, so always worth it to move the statues back in place whenever you see them around and about. So now that we got the rot, we moved the statue. We are ready to move on the main path here. So now you see this little wisp
I should see where it leads me.
As Kana just said, it is one of Taro's memories. So one thing that we can do now that we have a mask is we can pull up this this menu here, and you'll see that I believe it's the end of the last episode, we need to get 3 relics to complete Taro's quest. As you see those 3 little dots above the mask, those each represent one of the relics. And then at the bottom right, you see we have 0 of 4 memories. So the memories are not required, and there's actually no trophy for the memories. You do get experience for unlocking memories, and you do get little tidbits of story as well. So we will, even though there's no trophy for it, we will be unlocking all of the memories in this game, in this walkthrough as well. So we're gonna follow this little wispy thing along here, wherever it shall lead us. And here we go.
Look, a tear of the forest. It's a sign of regrowth. Death always leads to a new beginning.
All right, so just a quick little cutscene, a little snippet of the past, and you see we did get some experience for unlocking that memory, and it also unlocked this forest tier. So we're at our 310. I'm gonna go ahead and get this enter the Fray ability, so that each time we enter an encounter, we're gonna have 1 full rot ability charged up and ready to use at the beginning of the encounter. So definitely worth it to unlock that upgrade. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna use this forest tier. And we're going to unlock this path here over to the left, because behind it is a flower shrine. And as I said before, there is a trophy for unlocking each and every single flower shrine in the game. So we're going to be doing that. So we just got our first one here in Rusu Mountain. Okay, so we're gonna head back to where we just were. And man, one of the things I love about this game is the music. The music is just so atmospheric and very well done. The music in this game is pretty incredible, actually. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to head up this path. So as I said before, these little mudslide things, you will slide right down them if you jump on them. So you cannot climb up them. So don't attempt to. We're just kind of following the path, getting to the very top here. See, you can look out. That's where we came from. Down there is that lake that we came from. So, I mean, just the environments, the visual fidelity is incredible. The music is amazing. The combat is pretty thrilling. Oh, I really do love this game. It's very well made, and hard to believe that it's this studio's first game to ever make. So before we carry on, we're actually going to slide down this mud path here. See those rocks to the right? That's actually where we're headed. The way forward is here, but there's actually a rot down here that we want to get. So we're going to jump down and ride this little path. Jump to the right. Jump on up here. And over here you see the glowing purple rock. You know what to do. Pulse. And pick up the rot. So. All right. Here we go. So now we actually need to head back to where we just were. We had to climb back up, but not a big deal. Definitely worth it for the rot. So there are 100 rot total in this game. So we're at 17 of 100. So we're making pretty decent progress here. But again, we're gonna get all 100 and increasing our rot level along the way, getting more powerful because of it. So we're gonna do it on this path for some berries to feed our companions here, get some experience for doing so. All right, and then we're just gonna follow this path. And up here we got a checkpoint.
The trees look funny. Let's keep going.
All right, so we are slowly but surely making our way to the destination. So you see here we got the path forward, but don't miss this. To the right, you see these little ledges we can drop down on. You want to make sure that you come down here all the way to the bottom. You can just jump, and I double jump at the bottom. And here we have another glowing purple rock. So we're going to do a pulse. And we have ourselves another rot. So very easy to miss that one. That one is off the beaten path. So we're going to climb back up and head on our way now that we unlocked our little secret down here. So we're going to follow this path. And so the way forward is I'm going to slide down here, and then those rocks to the right are where we're headed. And so this is another platforming section. It's a bit more involved than any of the other ones we've done prior. You don't want to fall all the way down, because if you do, you'll fall to your death. The penalty for dying in this game really is not that steep. So don't worry about dying if you do die. I mean, really all it does is it pretty much starts you... the game auto-saves pretty frequently. And so it basically starts you at the last spot that you auto-saved at. And usually it's not very far back, so don't worry about it. So we're just going to keep following the path here. The next spot is you want to make a double jump over here to these ledges. We're going to drop down a couple. Head on over, leap to the side. So take in the scenery as we go. So very kind of Uncharted-esque type platforming in this game. Pretty cool, though. I do like it. So here you see we have a fork in the path. We can either go up that way or across that way. First things first, we're going to head over to the right. This path takes us to a dead end. There's a little cave here at the end of these ledges. You see that cave up there. Inside the cave is a spirit mail. So want to pick that up for sure. As I said before, there is a trophy for getting all of the spirit mail in the game. And then, of course, as you unlock the spirit mail, that unlocks additional areas in the village, which usually there's a reward for exploring past the spirit mail areas. Usually there's a rot or a hat or both or something else, perhaps. So definitely worth it. Whoops, you want to jump across here. So this is the way forward. All right. So we're almost to the top here of this section. Almost. See over there, that's the end. So we are getting there. As I said, this is a bit of a lengthy platforming section. So I want to make the jump over here. Climb up these ledges, and we're there. But first, we want to take a turn to the left here, go up this area, kind of off the beaten path. And you see we have this block we can move, so we want to command our rot to move it over here so we can reach the top of that ledge. We're going to climb up to the top of this ledge. And at the end of the path, we can lift up this little stone here. And we have ourselves a rot. So number 19, I believe, of 100 total, but only 35 to get to our next rot level, which is pretty nifty. All right, so we're going to go back to where we just were. Follow the main path here. So we got our friends right up here.
The bridge is broken. Maybe the rock can help.
Okay. So we could use our rot to fix the bridge, but before that, we're going to head off here to the right. And over here, we have a cursed chest. So I think this is our second cursed chest to get in the game. Before we do that, we're going to use our rot to get some some stuff over here. Got some berries to give ourselves some experience points. And then up here, if you do a pulse, that little lantern will give you some extra money. So, 4 enemies in this cursed chest that we're going to fight. So you see, we started this encounter with a rot usage at our disposal. So I just went ahead and used a rot hammer. As I said, I use these all the dang time. So not too bad. And again, to use the rot hammer, you have to have a rot usage available to you. It does use 1 rot usage to use it. And you hold R2 and you press square. So your rot usages are pretty much infinite outside of combat. Within combat, you have to attack enemies to build up your rot's courage to give yourself the usages. So inside of this chest that is no longer cursed, we get the bird's nest hat. So that is number 7 of our hats, but in this area it is 1 of 6, and we see we've got the one spirit mail that's in this area and the 1 cursed chest that's in this area. So those boxes are already ticked off. So we're making ourselves some good progress here. So we're going to head back to this bridge where we were before. And guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this episode off right here. So we're going to traverse the bridge next time and go see what's ahead of us. But for now, we're going to stop. And I will catch you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed this. Hope it's helped you out a lot. Hope you're enjoying this game as much as I enjoyed. This game is something special. It came out of nowhere, and I just love it. So I'm really glad that I get to cover it with a full walkthrough. So anyways, y'all take care. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.